welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie Henderson. I do motherhood and lifestyle content on this channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about what was essential for me and my husband during the first 3 months of our newborn's life. So I think these videos can have like a lot of content in it. I wanted to separate it into 2 categories. So this video is going to be specifically on newborn to 3 months, and then I'm going to make another video that is 3 months to 6 months. So today we're just going to talk about what was essential for us coming home day 1 with the baby to 3 months. I tried to be as minimal as possible whenever thinking about putting items on my registry. I really just wanted what we needed. I didn't want any extra stuff because today in our society, in our culture, there's so many baby products. I just think you don't have to have every single little thing. This is a list of things that were essential to me. They might not be essential to you or to other mamas, but for me, this is what worked for us. Let's get into the video. So I'm gonna break this up into different categories. So for the first category, we're gonna talk about clothing. For us, the main thing we used for our newborn were sleepers. We had the zip up sleepers that had the mittens on it, and I think I had 6 sleepers in newborn size, and then I had some long sleeve onesies. My baby was born in January, so I had some short sleeve onesies, but we didn't use them because obviously it was cold. We pretty much just used zip up sleepers and long sleeve onesies with socks. She just is a very warm baby, so when we put leggings on her, her legs just got really hot. So her legs stay pretty warm, so we didn't need to put leggings on her, except obviously when we went outside. I had 1 pair of mittens, and I don't think you need any more than this. I got a nice pair of mittens from this brand called Gomi. I really liked, they were soft. On one side it had this black and white kind of texture thing, so it's kind of like almost entertainment for them as well. I really liked those. It also kind of tightens to where you can really make sure that it is not super tight, but it's not to where they can just fall off. I used them more so whenever we were out and about and her hands were cold and out, because it was in January, so it was cold. Something else for us that was really essential in the winter time was little booties. So we had little fleece booties that just kind of velcroed on her feet. We used those inside, we used those outside. She had those on almost every single day for the beginning of her life, and they were amazing. So if you're gonna have a winter baby, definitely invest in some good fleece booties. Now that's everything for clothing. Now we're gonna move to feeding. Okay, so I'm gonna have another video explaining my breastfeeding essentials, but we're gonna stick to feeding for the baby items that she needed. So the boppy pillow, we love the boppy pillow. I know there's a lot of options. Boppy pillow was easy. I liked it. It wasn't very expensive. I found a case too that I liked from Amazon. We're using it still for like when she's sitting and stuff, so I think a boppy pillow is really essential, especially for me. Recovery was really hard and painful on my stomach because I had an infection, so having something that I could kind of rest her on instead of her like leaning against my stomach was really essential for me. Next would be a haka. A haka is amazing. Whether you're choosing to breastfeed or bottle feed, you're still gonna have to get used to like the letdown and everything. A haka can really help with engorgement. It can help give you relief. Y'all probably all heard of it because a haka is on like every mama's list, but you pretty much put it on the side, the opposite side that you're feeding on. So say she was on this side feeding, I would put the haka on this side and it would catch the letdown as she was feeding. And we have so much stored milk just from the hakas. Haka was essential. It helped me so much. It helped me with engorgement like crazy. So really good product to get. Okay, next is a sterilizer. I thought this was really essential in the very beginning, pretty much for her first 8 to 10 weeks of life. I cleaned everything and then sterilized it, but the sterilizer was so nice because you just turn it on, it sterilized all of my pump parts, her passies, the bottles that I had to use in the beginning because I did have to give her formula in the beginning when my milk was coming in. So much time was saved by using that product. I wanted something that I could just do quick, not think about it, turn it on before I went to bed. The next morning, they're all clean. I wanted something really easy. I've already talked about the haka. But I had an electric pump. Thankfully, my insurance actually covered me having an electric pump. I'll go into more detail and why I picked the one that I did in my breastfeeding video. I think an electric pump is essential if you can get one from insurance. If not, I don't know. For me, even if I didn't get it with insurance, I would have bought it anyways because I used it that much. I just had a lot of milk. And so in the beginning, I was trying to like regulate everything, but also I was so engorged. Sometimes I had to pump before she nursed because it would come out so fast. Okay, next thing is burp cloths. My baby spit up and threw up all the time. There was no like warning before she just spit up everywhere or threw up everywhere. So I wanted burp cloths everywhere. And I got just these simple ones from Amazon. I really like them. They're really soft. I even dyed a couple of them to be like cute colors. And then some of them are just the plain white. Okay, next category is changing, diaper changing. I think a diaper pail is essential. I don't necessarily think you need the diaper genie. I wanted something that concealed the smell, and I wanted something that I could use my own garbage bags instead of having to buy the inserts, because I didn't want one more thing to have to think about buying and keeping up with. The one I got is the Ubi pail. We love the Ubi pail. It's really easy. It keeps all the smell in. I can use my own garbage bags. Love it. Next one is a changing pad. So we chose the Chicco Peanut. We absolutely love it. This was one of my must-haves on my registry, and I'm so thankful somebody blessed us with this item. You just wipe it down. You don't have to have another sheet that you have to wash. Like when she pooped or peed on it, I literally could just clean it with some, I have some spray thieves, and that's how I cleaned it. Just a really all-around good changing pad. Next is a changing mat. I actually just have like this mat that I fold up and put in my diaper bag. If you want to kind of see more of what's like in my diaper bag, I actually have a video of what's in my diaper bag that I can actually link. We use that Gathre mat all the time on the go. I use it in the house. I really want to buy like one or two more of the bigger ones, because I got the smallest one, which is perfect for like in the car and in your diaper bag, but I want the next size up for like different reasons. But they're just amazing mats. Gathre mats are really good. Next essential obviously are diapers and wipes. I have a video that I will link right here explaining the wipes and diapers we chose, and it actually goes more into depth of the ones that we've tried, why we didn't choose those. Okay, the last thing for changing is a diaper rash cream. I just use coconut oil. I wanted something that wasn't super expensive. It was really clean and pure. So coconut oil is amazing. The only rash she's ever gotten, and it's actually in the diaper review from trying Honest diapers, that's the only time she's had like a small rash, but everything else she just doesn't get rashes, and I think a lot of that is from the coconut oil. I have another balm that I kind of use. It's coconut oil based, but it has like some other things in it that maybe is like a little bit above just the plain coconut oil. And I got a cold. So next category is sleeping. I love it. We use it every day. It is a camera and a monitor. We did not get a super fancy one. I just wanted a basic one that wasn't connected to my phone, because I didn't want to have to keep my phone camera up at all times to be able to just see her. I wanted something that I could be like working on my laptop or my iPad or my phone and just like look up and there's a monitor there. We just got a really simple one. I love the one we have. It's not fancy and we love it. Next one is a sound machine. I love the sound machine that we chose. I think it's called Let's Fit, and I don't even know if it's on Amazon anymore. I'll link a similar one if I can find it. It's just really simple. It's just this, it's like this big. We love it. We travel with it, and it's just a really good sound machine. Next one is sleep sacks. The Love to Dream swaddles were really amazing for us at night. She loved to sleep with her arms up. So we started off with the regular one, and she really wasn't in that for very long because she was 9 pounds when she was born. So she was a larger baby, and that one just got really small really quick. So next time around, I probably would have just gotten the bigger one, like the medium size, instead of going too small if you have a large baby. But then we got the transition swaddle where you can kind of unzip their arms one at a time eventually. So we love those. They were great swaddles. That's what she used at night. And during the day, I used muslin blankets. I had the stretchy, just giant blanket that I wrapped her in, and the muslin blankets that I wrapped her in during the day for her naps, and then at nighttime was when we used the Love to Dream swaddle. Do some research in what kind of sleep sack your baby would like. We did not get a sleep sack until she was here and we knew whether she wanted her arms down or up, and I'm glad that we waited. She definitely loves sleeping with her arms up, so that was a huge plus finding the Love to Dream swaddle. Okay, next are blankets. Like I've said, she had muslin swaddles and stretchy swaddles. She has quilts and like thicker muslin blankets. We had all the blankets and we use all the blankets. I've heard of a lot of moms saying don't have a lot of blankets, but we just use so many. Like, I don't know if it's just us, or to me, like, blankets are cozy. And she was born in the winter times, and I loved having different options. My foot is still tingling. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna say this. The Snuggle Me was essential for us coming home from the hospital. I tried to put her in her bassinet the very first night that we were home. She rolled over twice. I'm gonna say this as a disclaimer. You're not supposed to let your baby sleep at night in the Snuggle Me lounger, but I did because I put it in between me and Chip, and that's where I felt like she was the safest. She was right there, and that was where she was most comfortable. So she slept there for probably the first month in between us in the Snuggle Me lounger, and it was just really essential for us in the beginning. Now, by like 8 to 10 weeks, she wasn't so much into the lounger anymore, and so we didn't really use it that much after that because she kind of wanted to just be like on a flat surface instead of in like a cloud. It was still a huge thing for us to use. Next category is bath time. So we got a bathtub, just the plain, I think it's called Angel Care. You just fill up the tub however much water you want, and then you just kind of place them in it. I don't know, I loved the bathtub. It was just plain, but bathtub is essential. Another essential for us was the little head scrubber. There's a bunch of different brands, but I just got one from Amazon. Came with 2 in it, and I think it was pretty cheap as well. Came with a pink one and a blue one. I actually gave the blue one to my sister-in-law because she just had a little boy named Harrison. He's so cute. But anyways, we still use the head scrubber. We love it. It was a good way to really clean her head without like really using your nails and stuff. Okay, for us, a good essential was the hooded towels. We only have 3 hooded towels, and I don't think you need any more than that. I think you could get away with just 2 hooded towels, and if you want to use your own towel, use your own towel. It's not, you don't have to have the hooded ones or some kind of specialty towel, but we were given these towels and I do love them because I just love the little hood on their little head. We really like the hooded towels. Same with rags. We have baby rags, but they're just plain rags. Like, they're not baby rags, they're just literally rags from Walmart, I think. I do think this is an essential whether you have a bald baby or not, because one day they will have hair. So Nora had a teeny tiny bit of hair, but we got her this really cute little wooden brush, and it's like this big, and oh my gosh, I don't know why it was so precious to me, but it just was. That's not really an essential, I guess, either, but it's just fun. It's cute. The next category is on the go. Nora does take a passy. In the beginning, we used the Phillips Hospital passy, and now she takes the Bibs passies, which I'm really glad because they're really cute. We also love this passy clip that is from Mushy. Let me say, this is the best passy clip ever because it's lightweight, it's short, so when you hold them and stuff, it's not gonna dangle and touch the table. She still uses it. I don't know, I had a couple different passy clips, but the ones with the silicone beads kept pulling her passy out because it was so heavy. So this one is just like an all wooden one, really short, so like that's what you need for a newborn. You don't need a long one. And she still uses it, and we use 1 passy clip. So I don't think you need a bunch of them. I think you can get away with just using 1 passy clip. I had the passy clip clipped to the car seat, so then whenever it was time to just go, I just clipped it on her. And so when we were around the house, I didn't put the clip on there because I don't really care. I can just wash them or sterilize the passies. Oh, this was essential for us, or I found it really essential. just like a passy container for on the go. So I literally just had this plastic container. It doesn't have to be fancy. I already had this. It came with some other pasties somebody gave us that we didn't end up using because it was just this little plastic container like this big, and I just put the clip and the passy in it. And great, we had a clean passy and clip on the go. It was perfect. So a sound machine on the go, we used it all the time. We still use it on trips. We use it in the car. You can get different sound machines. I don't think it really matters particularly which one you get, but I think just having a sound machine on the go, like a small one that you can put in your diaper bag or put on your stroller or whatever, is an essential. A car mirror, so essential. I love it so much. I look at her all the time. I'm safe, I promise. Just puts you at ease knowing that you can just look in the rear view mirror and then see your baby. It's perfect. Okay, and then a car seat breastfeeding cover thing. Definitely an essential. Now, I would say if you're gonna have a summer baby, get a lighter colored or very breathable one if you're going to use it as breastfeeding. One we have was perfect for the winter. It was a little bit darker color. It was like a burnt orange color. I loved it. I used it all the time. I breastfed with it in public. We put it over the car seat all the time in restaurants and stuff to keep lights from coming in or wind from coming in, or even just to keep her warm. It like kept her so warm. Next one is a diaper bag. I don't think you need a fancy one. We have the Fawn Design diaper bag and I love it, but you don't need a fancy one if you just want to use a backpack, something to be able to use on the go. Okay, a baby carrier. We use a couple different kinds of baby carriers. The ones that we used the most in the beginning was the wrap. It was similar to the Solly wrap, but I actually made my own. But I used that all the time when she was teeny tiny. Or really, she was never teeny tiny because she was a chunky big baby. And I also used the ring sling a lot. I loved the ring sling. She loved it because she could still look around and see everything. And I like it because it still looks pretty. So I wore it to church and wore her in it, or like wore it out to eat or on a date night or whatever. And I still felt cute. It didn't like cinch in weird spots, if that makes sense. The ring sling I actually made my own as well. So we saved a lot of money in that by me making those two carriers. I love carrying my baby. She loves it, so we did it a whole lot. Next category is large items. So the first one is a bassinet. This is the bassinet that we used all the time. I loved it. You just pulled it up next to the bed and it was exactly what we needed. I ended up borrowing it from a friend and now she's pregnant and she's gonna have her baby any day now, so we've actually already given that back to her. If you can borrow or secondhand as many items as you can, it saves so much money. Some of these items you're only gonna use for a few weeks or a few months. Just like the Snuggle Me lounger, I actually got that secondhand for like $20, so I didn't feel as bad that she only used it for 8 to 10 weeks because it was $20. Normally I think it's over $100 to get a brand new one. But anyways, if you can get your stuff secondhand or borrow it, it's so worth it. Okay, the next thing is the travel stroller system. So we went with the Even Flow Pivot Expand, I believe is what it's called. Even Flow, however you say it. The Expand is like the double stroller because we do intend on having like kids pretty close together in age, so we just went ahead and said let's go ahead and get a double stroller, so whenever that day comes we don't have to worry about selling our single stroller and then buying a double. And we love it. I like it now because even though it's a double and I'm only using it for just one baby, I actually expand the bottom part when I'm in the grocery store and I'm just getting like so many items, and I can fit so much in the basket. It's amazing. If you're gonna have kids close together, just get a double stroller. Do it. Okay, the next thing is a bouncer. We use her bouncer every day, multiple times a day. Have used it since day one, and it is a #1 item on my essential list. We got the Baby Bjorn bouncer. Again, this was thrifted as well. I love it because you can just take the slip off, throw it in the washer, hang it to dry, and then just slip it back on. It is the easiest bouncer to clean. You can fold it for traveling. We've taken it on so many trips already. The last one is a tummy time activity thing. So I don't think you have to have the one that has the mat in it and it's like got all the things on it already attached. If you want that, that's awesome. My mom actually gave us, she already had one of these wooden little activity centers for my niece. Nora loves that thing. She plays with it every day. I just put a blanket down or a quilt, and I like it because if she spits up or if something happens, or she used to poop and like poo would go everywhere, it was nice because I could just throw the blanket in the washing machine instead of taking it apart and trying to like spot clean this whole thing. So to me, it's easier to have like the activity center and just have a blanket or quilt under it. You can literally put so many things on it and change it up all the time. That's all the large items. The last thing I'm going to talk about is a few miscellaneous things that I think are essential but didn't really have necessarily a category. So a snot sucker. We got the Frida baby one, I think is the one we got. It gets all the boogers and everything without like it's got this tube and like a filter, so like the boogers don't even go past the filter or tube. Like your mouthpiece isn't a
that you do.
The snot does not touch your mouth. So the next one is gripe water. I love the Little Remedies gripe water. Nora loves it. She could drink it out of a straw pretty much. She loves that stuff. We used it a lot in the beginning. She wasn't colicky, but she was pretty gassy. It was just fast acting. It worked really well. Okay, the last thing is nail clippers. You can just get the little baby ones, cheapo nail clippers. In the beginning, you're gonna be biting them off anyways, which I know sounds gross, but I ended up cutting her nails one of the first times I tried to do her nails, so I ended up biting them off for like the first little bit. Once I got more comfortable and she got a little bit bigger, I just started using the nail clippers and they're great. Like, you don't need anything fancy. Baby, hey. Yeah. So Nora just woke up from her nap, so she's gonna help me close out the video. But thank you so much for watching. I hope this video helped you guys figure out what was maybe gonna be essential for you and your family. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.